What's up guys, it's Town here, and in today's video we're going to be reviewing track for track Central Cee's new album, Can't Rush Greatness. Now Central Cee has been a big and upcoming figure in the UK rap scene, but he seems to have gone mainstream in America, so we're going to evaluate if this album is good or not. The first title on the album is No Introduction, and for me this is going to be a hit. I really like the eerie strings that come through the chorus. Central Cee's flow is very entertaining when he's naming the countries in the middle of the chorus, and it brings a good amount of UK drill energy that we expect. This is one of my more favorite tracks on the album, and I think it's a very good start to this project. The second title on the album is titled 5 Star, and for me this is also going to be a hit. I really enjoyed the production on this particular track as well. I like the nice punchy high-key piano keys that's paired nicely and contrasted with a very hard-hitting bass. And once again, Central Cee is kind of repeating the same flow. However, I think this is when he is at his best with this particular flow, and for me, this is going to be another hit. The third title on the album is Gata featuring Young Miko, and for me, this is going to be a miss. The only thing that I really enjoyed about this track was the chorus from Young Miko. I did find her verse incredibly monotone and boring in comparison to the chorus, and Central Cee's verse is unforgettable with a kind of recycled flow. I also thought this beat was going to be more interesting at the start. However, it still has more UK drill influence than Latin rock influence, so for me this is going to be a miss. The fourth title on the album is St. Patrick's, and for me this is easily a hit, and in my opinion the most underrated track on the entire project. I just absolutely love the production on this particular track with the punchy keys that are accented with this nice little punk in the background, and I think it complements Central Cee's flow better than any of the other tracks on this particular project. And Central Cee obviously provides his flow and energy, and there's a ton of nice accents in the production with a high chorus as well as strings that for me make this one of my favorites on the album. The fifth track on the album is titled GBP, and I really enjoyed this track as well, and it's a hit for me. I really like 21 Savage's part though. I think that the chorus where they play off back and forth sounds really good and cohesive, but I will say that in terms of comparison, 21 Savage's verse is a little bit more memorable. However, you can see why this song was one of the singles on the album, and this is another quality track and another hit. The sixth title on the album is Top Freestyle, and for me this is going to be another hit. I really enjoyed the production with the nice eerie chorus and the horns that really create a nice little bounce throughout this entire beat, and Central Cee does his thing and actually provides some introspective lyrics that we haven't seen thus far in this project, and overall I think this is another underrated track on the album. The seventh track on the album is titled Up North, and for me this is going to be a miss. Overall, this track is not bad, however at this point the production doesn't stand out in any particular way, and the only thing that was memorable for me from this song was the kind of humorous chorus with the hospitality lyric as well as the cig and smoking bar in the chorus, but at this point the flow has been recycled a good amount of times and the production here doesn't make it too interesting. The eighth title on the album is CRG featuring Dave, and for me this is going to be a miss. I really did not enjoy the production on this particular track. I find it incredibly kind of boring. It doesn't really mesh well with either of the two artists' style. And from Dave's perspective, unfortunately, I was disappointed with his feature, as I think he is lyrically incredibly talented, and here we do not see that on display. This duo has a whole lot better collaborations in their catalog, so for me, this is going to be a miss. The 10th track on the album is titled Now We're Strangers, and for me, this is actually going to be a hit. Central Cee once again provides a very introspective performance, talking about his very public breakup with the girl on Madison, which unfolded on TikTok for everyone to see, and he was completely honest, bearing his soul and his mistakes. And also, I really enjoyed the chorus of whoever is singing it. I think it complements the production very well, and this is probably Central Cee's best ballad in his catalog, so for me this is a hit. The 11th track on the album is titled Truth and the Lies featuring Lil Durk, and for me this is going to be a gigantic miss. I really am tired of hearing this particular song by Neo flipped in beats as well as flows, and for me at this point it's just old. And also Central Cee sounds very weird and different on this particular hook in the beginning of the song, which sounds very atypical to the rest of the songs on this album. Lil Durk's portion is not bad. However, I'm tired of this production, and overall, this song is a miss. The 12th track on the album is titled 10, featuring Skepta, and for me, this is going to be an obvious hit. I really enjoyed the production here and the bounce of the kick. It really complements Central Cee's flow well, and I also like how Skepta and Central Cee go back and forth with the chorus at the end, and Skepta also provided a very high quality verse, and for me, this is easily one of the stronger tracks on the project. The 13th track on the album is titled Band for Band, featuring Lil Baby, and obviously, I actually think this song is a hit. Now, unfortunately, due to TikTok, Brain Rot has essentially changed the entire opinion of the song. It got overplayed a significant amount, and a lot of people have tired it, but the song on its actual face is fantastic, in my opinion. I really enjoy the hard-hitting bass production and the Central Cee UK flow, complemented with a very strong Lil Baby verse, and I also like how they go back and forth, creating another cohesive song. So for me, despite all of the TikTok brain rot, this song is a hit. The 14th track on the album is titled Gen Z Love, and for me, this is going to be a miss. The overall first portion of this entire song feels very weird with the flow as well as the production. I do respect the concept. I think it actually is kind of interesting from a songwriting perspective, talking about kind of modern day love. However, other than that, the production is not remarkable in any aspect. The only thing that I really kind of enjoy of the song is the concept. And if the first verse was different, I might have enjoyed it more, but for me, this is going to be a miss. The 15th track on the album is titled Walk in Wardrobe, and for me, this was the hardest song to rate on the album, and I'm gonna give it a miss for one reason. I really did not enjoy the first 2/3 of this song. I found it to be very boring and sleepy, and I also think Central Cee realized this because the entire 1/3 of the portion basically punches and kicks you right in the face with a significant amount of energy, a very nice beat transition with a Kai Cenat shout out. That is one of my favorite moments on the album, but since it only lasted approximately the last third of the song, this is going to be a miss, but I will say that I do come back to the song simply just because of the last portion. The 16th track on the album is titled Must Be, and for me, this is going to be a hit. The intro I found very humorous, as this person getting interviewed stated that he finds shooting people for his friends to be real, but what really steals the show on this track for me has to be the production. I love the strings here that create this nice and airy environment that is complemented by a nice high-pitched flute. And then I also enjoyed Central Cee's chorus here when he says must be, and essentially it gets repeated. I don't know, it just stuck in my ear. The overall verses aren't anything standoutish, but this is still an underrated track, and the production is what really takes it home. So for me, it's a hit. The last title on the album is Don't Know Anymore, and for me, this is going to be a hit. Once again, Central Cee provides a very surprising introspective storytelling on this track, which I honestly was not expecting. He talks about some of the difficulties with his childhood, some personal relationships that ended up not working out with some of the people that he grew up with, and I really also enjoyed the production here, creating a nice simple background for Central Cee to flow on. So for me, this is a strong outro to the project. Can't Rush Greatness by Central Cee overall is not a perfect project, but to be honest, I was pleasantly surprised. I really enjoyed his personal storytelling and him explaining some of the hardships and friendships that he lost along the way, which was something that I was not expecting for someone who came up essentially as a meme rapper. Now, I will acknowledge at times his flow can be incredibly repetitive, and his beat selection coming from a UK drill background is also going to be repetitive, but I will say he is still at his best when he is going over a hard-hitting UK drill beat, and there is plenty of that in his entire project. Overall, this is a good start for a studio album from Central Cee. If he just gets a little bit of versatility, he could really progress and be a very strong artist in the American scene despite coming from the UK. Well guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on it, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. And I hope I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.